Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras, here with ILTV's morning briefing. There's more bad news after yesterday's stabbing attack in the old city of Jerusalem. 32-year-old Adiel Coleman, a Jewish father of 4, has succumbed to his wounds and has passed away in the hospital. When the attack first broke out yesterday, initial reports named the suspect as a Turkish national visiting Israel on a tourist visa. Police have corrected those reports now, naming 28-year-old Abd el-Rahman Bani Fadel, a Palestinian father of 2 from the West Bank, as the killer. Fadel was in Israel at the time on a 5-day permit allowing him to search for work in Israel. Police don't believe the suspect had any prior connections to terror organizations, which could mean this attack was more spur of the moment than previously thought. This incident comes just a few days after a deadly car ramming by a Palestinian assailant in the West Bank, which claimed the lives of 2 IDF soldiers. Many are bracing for even more violence to come in the future. Hamas spokesman Fazi Barhoum is calling Israel a liar, following reports by the IDF on Sunday that yet another terror tunnel from Gaza to Israel had been destroyed. According to the IDF, the tunnel was originally built for war with Israel in 2014, but was destroyed by Israel. Supposedly, Hamas has been trying to make it operational again in the years since, but it was destroyed again Sunday. Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Conricus said a new technique was used, where they do not use explosives, but rather a compound that simply fills the tunnel. Still, Hamas has denied the reports, saying, quote, "The Israeli occupation is marketing fake achievements to keep the good spirit among its settlers, soldiers, and the collapsing leadership, amid Palestinian steadfastness and the resistance which exceeded all Israeli expectations," end quote. Just after the Jerusalem stabbing terror attack that left 32-year-old Adiel Coleman dead, police are now also opening an investigation into a string of overnight anti-Arab vandalism. Car tires were slashed and anti-Arab graffiti was spread throughout the area of Jerusalem's Piskat Ze'ev. Some slogans found on cars and walls read, quote, "The Arabs of Jerusalem are considered terrorists, expel or kill them, let us deal with them, there is no place in Israel for foreigners and the enemies of God, and our God is king," end quote. Jerusalem officials are now searching for the culprits. Shocking details are emerging about an employee at a French consulate in Jerusalem who abused his position in order to smuggle weapons from Gaza to the West Bank. Israeli officials have named Romain Frank, who works as a driver for the consulate, as the prime suspect in the sizable-scale arms dealing operation. His employment means he was able to make regular trips between Gaza and the West Bank while bypassing many of the customary regulation procedures. The suspect apparently made 5 runs consisting of 70 pistols and at least 2 assault rifles, involving at least 9 other suspects. The French consulate says they were caught totally unaware of these acts and takes them very seriously. Israel's Shin Bet security agency has concluded that these crimes were not political, but merely driven by financial gain. Cases like this of consulate employees abusing their position for smokescreen money operations isn't totally unheard of. For these reasons, Israel has assured the French government that this will not impact diplomacy between Jerusalem and Paris. The suspect will stand trial today, and at this time, 9 other suspects, including another employee at the French consulate, have been arrested as well. Prime Minister Netanyahu will today avoid police interrogations as investigators have postponed their questioning due to Netanyahu's strep throat. The new date for interrogations will likely be this weekend. Israeli police are seeking another round of questioning with Prime Minister Netanyahu, his wife Sarah, and possibly even their son Yair, in connection to corruption probe Case 4000. It will be the first line of questioning since former media advisor Nir Hefetz turned state's witness, and police will be seeking to corroborate Hefetz's testimony against that of Netanyahu and his family. If Yair were questioned, it would also be his first time giving testimony in Case 4000. Case 4000, or the Bezek corruption probe, points to an alleged quid pro quo agreement between Netanyahu and Bezek Communications owner Shaul Elovitch. The Netanyahus will all be questioned in separate rooms, with state's witnesses Shlomo Filber and Nir Hefetz nearby. Elovitch and his wife will also reportedly be questioned, and the Prime Minister and his family have continued to deny any and all wrongdoing. That's all for now. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.